on a stock return basis, banks have not performed well in 2018. However, on an operational basis, I would say banks have performed excellent. Returns on equity are higher than they have been in over a decade. You have NIM expansion. Before, rising interest rates was a good thing. Now it's kind of turned into potentially a bad thing. Credit costs remain low. Just overall, I would say the banks operationally are performed quite well in 2018. And moving on to 2019, I would expect, barring some, drastic turn in the economy or some unforeseen risk event, I would say 2019 will look much the same.
So operationally good and stock performance bad? I mean, same in that way? Because, I mean, what else can banks do? If operationally banks were great in 2018, what are they going to do in 2019 to move the stock performance needle?
Yeah, so I'd say operationally good. In 2019, you may see some slowdown in overall growth numbers. 2019, I'm projecting as the last year of any meaningful net interest margin expansion. And so I think that's going to begin to slow. As far as stock performance, tough to predict exactly, when sentiment will change or exactly how that'll play out over any, short-term period. But I will say this, at the start of 2018, I was having a very hard time finding any bargains in the banking sector. Yeah. And at the start of 2019, I'd say prices are much less optimistic. And so just probabilistically, I think that things are definitely looking cheaper than they were at the beginning of 2018. Does that mean we get a huge rally in 2019? Maybe, maybe not. But overall, I think the odds at least look better from today's valuations.
Eric, how about Wells Fargo, which just had this big settlement to try to put its litigation issues behind it? And, here we are ready to close out the year. Does it go back to the status it once held? Remember, this was the bank that had done the best of the bunch until it fell from glory. Can it ever get back there?
Yeah, so it's Wells Fargo is actually one of my top picks for 2019. Largely, I think the story that's going to play out here is what you actually see happening today. Wells is going to continue to navigate through its legal issues, through some of its past scandals, and hopefully, eventually it will put that behind it. All of the big four have at one point or another kind of been in regulators or different lawyer crosshairs. Right now, it seems to be Wells' turn, and eventually they all come out of it. It has taken a little bit longer than I may have originally expected, but I don't think the franchise is fundamentally impaired. And right now, your current valuations, the bank's trading at 1.4, 1.5 times tangible book. This is a bank there's no reason it shouldn't earn, mid to high teens return on equity, return on tangible. And so there's no reason that valuation shouldn't improve over time. The timing of that, tough to predict, but you're not paying much for it right now.